So we're starting a recording. I gotta finish this Modelo while we're starting the recording. Hello. Shabbat Shalom. Everybody welcome. I'm joined here by my beautifully biological son, Mateo Zamora over here, Polite Yoel, as many may know him. A definitive new kid on the block in MMA media as a whole. I sired him from my loins, and so many years later, he's surfaced and shown his face. So I figured we could have some familial bonding time as we get the annual inaugural Slick Diaz Awards show going. So Mateo, Polite Yoel, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming on.
You're welcome. Well, it was either this or family therapy, so I'm good with this. But
hey, well, we have therapy next week anyway.
Oh, god damn it.
So we've come up with some categories. Well, I've come up with some categories. People have helped me come up with nominations for them, but unlike most award shows, the winners aren't decided by the people. This isn't a democracy. There aren't votes being held for these winners. It's in the hands of the meme lord, and by the meme lord, I mean me. And Polite Yoel here will help me make some determinations on who makes these, who's gonna get the spoils of these victories. So we've got a few categories. We've got New Kid on the Block, which is an account that's maybe, surged itself in the last year and come to prominence and become popular on Instagram and Twitter. So each of these awards, there's an Instagram winner and a Twitter winner. So there will be 8 winners total, 4 awards. We don't have awards for MMA Reddit or YouTube or anything. This guy's choking on his water.
I'm nervous, bro.
This beautiful. No. Well, I mean, you've got the beautiful setup. You got a Christmas tree. Like you brought more to it than I am. So you choking on the water. It's
Bro,
okay.
You got books.
I do got books. Normally I'd be in my attic, but it's too stormy, and we only have like little panels that close, and it doesn't everything still blows off the walls and shit up there. So I'm down here, and it's fine. I've never recorded down here before, but So you are my co-host, and it's just we're gonna have some fun on this, but I want you to introduce yourself, talk about maybe what got you into the MMA media game, and being an MMA personality at this point. Like Polite Yoel, I mean, what a year.
Well, yeah, I've barely been here for a year, and I've garnered like a decent following, and I don't know how it happened. Like basically, at first I was a Dustin Poirier stan account, and then I just found like a picture of Joe Romero that tickled me, right?
Yeah.
And I changed my AVI to it, and then it just went from there. I started gaining like more followers, and yeah.
Well, it's a masterful personality. Polite Yoel, I mean, it's beautiful. So you're gonna start your true trek on Instagram in 2021. You're gonna get your page popping on Instagram with Polite Yoel. But so you were introduced to the game on Twitter, and I'd say you've become a pillar of the game at this point. One of many pillars that we have. I'd say you're one of them, and I'm really appreciative of you in the game and you joining me here today and being in group chats. I mean, you're a pleasant motherfucker to have around, and I'm sure the game is appreciative. They owe you a credit.
Thank you. Likewise.
Yeah, bro. So I guess we'll do the Instagram ones first. We can, since you are from Twitter, we might as well do you're from Twitter, in the categories. So we'll do Twitter last, so we can have some, thought-provoking conversation about the Twitter community. But so we've got New Kid on the Block, Trendsetter, Mr. Big Shot, and Combat General. So I'm going to go ahead and explain those real quick. New Kid on the Block, new presence in the game, in the community. Trendsetter, someone who does things a little differently, and people tend to follow suit. Whether it be a certain type of meme or a way of doing things, or it's about acknowledging the people who kind of make waves in the community. Then we got Mr. Big Shot. I mean, kind of sounds self-explanatory.
Yeah.
It's who got popping the most, who's the biggest presence. And it's not necessarily who has the biggest presence that's going to win, because it's all up to me. But and then we got Combat General, which is just branching out from not only MMA, but a combat sports presence in general, whether it's a podcast that covers a bunch of different things, or it's someone who has a specific role that nobody else does about MMA or combat sports. So it's just about acknowledging some of the game changers. That's what this is about for me. So I guess we'll just get started. 5 minutes in. So for the nominees of New Kid on the Block for MMA Instagram, we'll get like a drum roll right here. Yeah, beautiful. So our nominees are as such. One, the prodigal son himself, Tony's Baseball, coming from out of left field, no pun intended, with great content on MMA Instagram. He's been... Sorry about that, guys. It's just a casual podcast. We're gonna leave that in because, the people might want to see some bloopers.
Yeah, well, no.
So, we got Tony's Baseball. We got Chamzat Kimaev. We've got I Offer You This and Marty Newsman. I mean, some beautiful, beautiful names we've got there. A lot of cleverness showing, and that is an attribute that Slick Diaz puts above almost all else. The funny part about this award show, guys, we don't have winners yet. I'm about to, on the fly, decide all these winners. Polite Yoel is going to help me with the Twitter side, and if he knows any of the Instagram guys, he can weigh in. Do you know anybody on the New Kids on the Block?
Yeah, I follow. I offered you this, but for
great page.
Yeah, it's solid.
And a credit to I Offer You This. It's all the other people I've talked to in that same range, like the newcomers. When I've asked people who else would be in that category, most people definitely mentioned I Offer You This, so he definitely deserves a nomination. Yeah, but man, it's tough because Marty Newsman's making waves with new kinds of memes, and that's something that's really important to me. He's putting a spin on things and bringing back classic types of memes and putting new ways of doing things on memes. So Marty Newsman has grown in, he's become more special to me once I've started paying more attention to his page. Chamzat Kimaev, I mean, beautiful. Anything we could want in an MMA Instagram persona page. I mean, he's just funny as all hell. Smash that brother. He's always talking to me about Chiefin, and that's my boy. Chamzat Kimaev with a nomination. I Offer You This, as we said before, in Tony's Baseball. The winner of the Slick Diaz 2020 New Kid on the Block Award is Tony's Baseball, ladies and gentlemen. He's had a hell of a year. He has nonstop growing. A super clever concept for an account. It's out there, and everything he puts out is great. He's setting the bar high for this new school of meme lords. So Tony's Baseball, I wish you were here to give us an acceptance speech, but alas, you are the winner, and it says so in this little notebook that I have. So beautiful. Tony's Baseball, New Kid on the Block for MMA Instagram, everybody. For Trendsetter, this is probably my favorite category because there's so many different ways we can go about this MMA game, because all of us are super interested in the game, but a lot of the time it's a bunch of different angles that we're interested in it from. So we've got, what I mean by that is different people go about different ways of making their stamp on the game. Yeah. Did I cut out?
No.
Okay, my battery power popped up, but it's fine.
Yeah,
so we've got maybe somebody who is just really upped their game and taken post-fight posts to a new level, or matchmaking stuff like MMA Maniac or MMA Niac. He's one of the nominees. We've also got Uncle Chael, who has blown YouTube out of the fucking water this year. And before I get on to the rest, Uncle Chael, as of today, his account on Instagram has been wiped out. He's got new backups. Just search Uncle Chael. You'll be sure to find him. So make sure to go smash that follow and get him back to where he was, because a true pillar of this game. I know I already said it for Mateo because he's a young pillar in that MMA Twitter game, but Uncle Chael is the truth, and he's foundational in our Instagram community. So make sure to go follow his backups. We're really sad to see his page die, and he's done a lot for setting trends, whether it's making a bomb ass YouTube or coming up with like fighters as album covers, or like he's always on the next thing. Uncle Chael's great, and that's why he's got a Trendsetter award nomination for the Slick Diaz Awards. He actually won Page of the Year on the MMA Island Awards. So credit where credit is due. Uncle Chael's had a hell of a year.
Props to him. Oh my god, you froze.
Hello?
Yeah, your screen is frozen for me and I can't hear you. Yeah, okay, it's all good. It's all good now.
We're all good?
Yeah.
Okay. So Dagestani Handcuff, cult legend. If those who know how important he is to the culture, I can't really put a finger on or explain what kind of content he makes. All you need to know is it's cutting edge. It's the top of the food chain, always on the precipice of what's next and what's new. Dagestani Handcuff, a true trendsetter of the game. And then we've got MMA Storytime, who just he puts the game on his back in a weird, like, he's always the first one to post. He's always the first one to get an idea off. So I think that his skill set and his quick wit earns him a spot on this trendsetter nomination list. All these are great accounts. What are some of your favorite accounts that you follow on Instagram, newcomer?
That's a good question. Like I said, I like Uncle Chael. I've seen those album covers that he does, and I appreciated those passing by on my feed. Dagestani Handcuff, I think I recently started following him, and he has posted some great shit since then. And
he just started doing some fan cams recently. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I think I saw one of those. I don't know. I don't remember on who, but I remember that I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'll say that a lot of the MMA Twitter game, so MMA Twitter, being a patron of both, right? Mm-hmm. MMA Twitter shits on MMA Instagram all the time, but all of their memes and content come from MMA Instagram. So you heard it here first. If I had to choose, I was born on Instagram and I'll die on Instagram, bro.
Wow.
Like, because I mean, as important as MMA Twitter is to me, they constantly cop the flow of MMA Instagram and then shit on them and act like it's not even. I don't know. I love both of them to death, but it's like where I'm from. It's like I can't switch sides as much as I appreciate the Twitter side. But I'm an MMA Instagram meme lord, man, and these trendsetters that we've talked about, they've all been foundational in my journey in the MMA meme game and stuff like that. But man, this is a hard one to call. Like I said, I'm calling it off the bat, but all these are good friends of mine too. But the winner of the Slick Diaz Award for Trendsetter of 2020 it's got to be Dagestani Handcuff, y'all. I'm sorry. I know y'all are going to say I'm biased. I know you're going to say I'm partial, but it doesn't matter. That's family ties. And he changes the game all the time. People share his stuff on Reddit, and Twitter never give him credit. He's the unsung hero of MMA meme making, and he's a genius in the workshop. Dagestani handcuff, daggers, come get your trendsetter award, motherfucker. Slick Diaz says you earned it.
Well said.
Yeah, man. We got 2 more for Instagram. We'll get through these. I'm excited to get to the Twitter ones, man, because everyone on Twitter got hype when I posted it. They were all like, you know, you're upset you didn't make the cut. You might get a secret award. Who knows? But yeah, Twitter definitely is very invested in this, so yeah. I'm excited to get to it. But for Mr. Big Shot on MMA Instagram, the nominees go Kebab Armageddon, Kebab memes. I mean, anyone who knows about the meme game knows the story of Kebab Armageddon, how he's been smashed 3 times by the Brotherhood of Darkness. Y'all probably don't know what I'm talking about, but the real ones know. I mean, he's probably the MVP. He had a spectacular year, even though all the odds were against him. He come for one thing, brother, is to smash these guys. We've also got Dana Black, his close affiliate, Kebab and Dana Black. I mean, it's a match made in heaven. They're born for each other. People think Dana Black and Kebab are the same person, but people used to think me and Kebab were the same person. So, but Dana Black brought me into the game, so don't get it twisted. We've also got Strangle Squad, probably the biggest account on MMA Instagram. I mean, I had to throw him in there for Mr. Big Shot Award, you know? And then we got Casual MMA Police. Have you ever heard of them, Mateo?
Yeah, I think I actually tagged him once when I saw some.
You're reporting somebody?
Yeah, I just had to bring him in, man. It was out of line.
To bring in the big dogs. Well, yeah, his presence is crazy.
Yeah, it is. I think it was someone who claimed that Gaethje was a journeyman or something, and I was like, hey, calm down, dude.
Man. Yeah, I at first I was like, man, this is hurtful. But as I've been in the game for a little bit now, I'm like, dude, this is classic. Yeah. So I really appreciate all these accounts. But I'll say the winner of the Mr. Big Shot Slick Diaz Award for 2020 gotta be Strangle Squad, man. As much as I love Kebab and Dana and Casual MMA Police, Strangle Squad sets the bar for the rest of us. Like there's no competing with Strangle Squad. I mean, the closest you can get is MMA Island, Big Shout. I mean, Coconut Gang, you know. But but as far as being the big shot on MMA Instagram, gotta give it to Strangle Squad, y'all. So round of applause for the whole squad. They got like 5,000 motherfuckers who run those pages. So great job, you guys. And for Combat General, Combat General is an interesting award because it's multifaceted. So it could be whether someone has great knowledge about multiple disciplines or multiple combat sports, or somebody who is very niche and specific in their like type of their type of content. Yeah. So, one way or the other. So we've got some great nominees, but first we've got a nomination for Life of Jer, who is a breakout journalist on the MMA scene this year. He had an influx, a flood of nominations for him coming in when I put out the who do you think should be nominated. So you're man of the people. I mean, I can't argue with the people. So you have a nomination for Combat General Slick Diaz 2020 Awards. You keep doing that great work, man. It's great to see other pages, breaking through and doing great work. So awesome job. We've also got Combat Talk, which is he's changed the game as far as like he's just such a big shot. Like people, like I know the guy personally, and he's like people refer to him like, oh, I got a follow from Combat Hour or Combat Talk or like
me 5 minutes ago. Yeah,
exactly. Or Combat Talk like shared my shit, or I can't like look, I made it. They shared my tweet.
Yeah.
Like so they've just become a facet in the MMA community. Everyone knows Combat Talk. And that's a good friend of mine. He's been grinding hard for a long time. So Combat Talk, Here's your acknowledgement, man. A nod on the Slick Diaz Awards. It doesn't get any bigger than this. Conor McGregor may share your stories, but he ain't got shit on me. I'm just joking. Next, we got the Combat Hour, another good friend of mine. And, you know, guys, I got to be honest. This award was inspired by the boys over at Combat Hour because they won MMA Page of the Year last year. But I've always thought they were much more than an MMA page. They cover the other promotions. They cover boxing. They have a super consistent, awesome podcast. They've got a relationship with Peter McNeely. You know, like it's like they do it big and they do it right. So they're somewhat the namesake of this award, and this is the inaugural awards. This is the first Combat General given out. In the last nomination, we've got MMA Medic. So MMA Medic, another unsung hero of the community, although his page is blown up because it's amazing. Posts super technical medical stuff about what happened in this fight or why this happened to who, and always super informative, like stuff that makes you learn. And that's what I like. I really enjoy that kind of content. And I think just as a whole, like for combat sports, you're a great resource to have in the game. So before we get to the Twitter awards, Mateo, can I get a final drum roll for Combat General Slick Diaz Awards for 2020? It's Combat Hour, the Combat Hour, ladies and gentlemen. Marshall and Brady, come up here and get your award, motherfuckers. You earned it. Great job this year, guys. And we're pushing to get them to 5K. So everybody, go follow the Combat Hour because those boys do great work. We're halfway through, Mateo. How you feel? I know I've been talking a lot.
Yeah, I'm amazed at your ability to just talk. Like I can't do that. I say every 5 seconds, and like my brain just freezes after 5 sentences of speaking. So I admire your ability to do this.
Hey, bro, you're gonna get on your YouTube shit soon, and you're gonna be a fucking force in this game next year. So we gotta get you used to it, you know?
Yeah, I gotta learn this. So
well, because I feel like you know more about video making than I do, but I went to school for speaking and stuff, you know. So like,
that makes
it's
sense.
just my only skill set.